Jennifer here from Belladonna's Botanicals, and welcome to our December 2023 final update video of the year. So, at the time of recording this, I have just celebrated my 2-month anniversary of my escape from Philadelphia. I'm mostly settled into the new place. I still have a few things that I need to go through. I'm still getting stuff kind of set up in here. I ordered some more of these, not the ones with the glass front, but maybe point to the back there. There we go. Like I ordered 3 more of those that are going to go over here where those little rolly wheel carts are. And then I will have, then once I organize that, I think I will be done in here. So, but things have been moving pretty smoothly. Especially as we're full throttle into the holiday season right now. How are things going? Well, I gotta say, don't tell anyone. I'm happy. So apparently, I didn't know this about myself, is that I can be a calm person. I just had spent the past well over a decade of my life with everything constantly cranked up to a solid 10. So anything that happened beyond that was like just excruciating, enraging, etc. Like I was constantly keyed up and stressed out and just a mess. So it's interesting kind of coming back and finding myself again, I guess. I started doing things like I started cooking and baking again. I made a whole ass turkey all by myself and didn't fuck it up. I've never done that before. And, I made all sorts of, food. I have all these leftovers. I made my grandmother's pineapple cheesecake, which is the best cheesecake. All of their cheesecakes are inferior. I'm sorry. Sorry to inform you. Pineapple cheesecake is the bomb. It sounds weird, but it's so good. So very good. But I also love pineapples, so there's that. So it's been interesting. Like so many people, like whether it's my family, I get random comments on YouTube that my energy has changed so much, that I look different, that I sound different. And yeah, I do. In addition, I find my eating habits have changed a lot because I'm not stress eating all the time. And, existing on Uber Eats and DoorDash and all of that. Like I said, I'm cooking now. And as a result of all that, I'm saving a lot of money. I'm like, wow, I've got so much money in my account. And that's because you're not ordering out every freaking night, multiple times a day. I leave the house almost every day. So it's kind of weird on the days now that I don't leave the house. Whereas when I was in Philadelphia, I would be like, okay, I'm going to do all the stuff I need to do right now today, so I don't have to leave the house again for another week. Not exactly the most healthy way to exist, for sure. But the good news is I've now lost about 15 or 16 pounds since I moved. Still have another 20-ish I would like to, get rid of so I can get back to kind of my where I'd like to be weight-wise. Because it's also like it's not, societal beauty standards. I'm like, no, I just don't want to be diabetic, and weighing less helps me not be in pain all the time. I'm doing it for me, y'all. I'm doing it for me. So yeah, that's a little bit. I'm doing well. I'm happy. Life's going pretty okay. Knock on wood, because I don't trust anything yet. But yeah, so I mean, as far as business stuff goes, we're still keeping the 5 to 7 day turnaround time for my sanity. A lot of that is because, especially with pulling in a lot more wholesale orders, like on average, I probably have been filling, since I moved at least. I know some of that's holiday season, but I've been filling probably about 2 or 3 large wholesale orders every week. sometimes more. So, and those take up a lot of resources. It's kind of like, I'll be like, look here, I'm like, oh, everything's fully stocked. This is awesome. And then I'll get a wholesale order and I'll be like, they ordered 18 of this and I only have 17. So a lot of times I have to make a lot of extra products. So I'm starting to kind of think about, for 2024, how I can accommodate this. The increase in wholesale orders, how I can best manage that. Right now, I just have to change my turnaround times to be a little longer to accommodate. Now, most things are still going out same day or next day. But, if I have, like right now, just because of at the time of course, after Thanksgiving sales for Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday, I'm depleted on quite a few things and have been working my way through a bunch of custom orders and a bunch of restocks. I foiled my attempts at restocks because I have a bunch of bath salts to restock, and I just ran out of Epsom salt today. Luckily, I remembered I was low on it last night, so I have some coming tomorrow, so I can finish the rest of the bath salts I need to make. But yeah, that right now is it. I'm one person. I do have a little bit of help here and there, but not as consistently as I did in Philadelphia. So I can't really see it off screen, but I have probably about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. I probably have about 12 ritual oils that have been made. They're just in jars because I haven't had the time to package them yet. So some of it is that kind of stuff. So what's coming down the pike for the rest of this year and into 2024? Well, if you saw, I just dropped the introduction. I'm going to be doing a Goetia Pathworking series, video series. So that's going to be something to coming up. Doing this video series because it'll keep me on point, and I will be less likely to, I've got to trick myself sometimes. I'll be less likely to flake out on it if I'm like, I got to make a video for this. So I'm also working on developing more video content for like TikTok and like the YouTube and Instagram Reels and the Facebook and Instagram Reels and the YouTube Shorts, and TikTok. It's a lot of these things just take up a lot. I have to kind of look at, okay, I want to have better work-life balance. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. In the middle of recording this video, my internet decided to go down for an hour, and since it was fairly late and it didn't seem any promise of coming back up soon, I went to sleep. So anyways, we're here into the Tomorrowland of recording this video. So I just wanted to wrap. I was just watching and editing, see where I left off because I honestly didn't remember. So I think the last thing that I noted that I wanted to talk about and changes that is coming up for 2024 is that this is something I actually looked into last year and again earlier this year. I just kind of put it on hold because I had to kind of do that with a lot of things in the process of moving. So what I'm doing, and there's several reasons for this, with my Amazon handmade store is coming in 2024. I don't have a date on this yet. I am going to be analyzing my sales from Amazon because Amazon is very different platform when it comes to all the platforms where I sell. On Amazon, I tend to sell certain items. I tend to, like, if I don't even probably have about 2/3 of my catalog available on Amazon. So say, 250 out of 300 products, or 350 products, something like that. So maybe a little less than that. But anyways, the vast majority of my sales, I'm talking like 95% are single item sales. This is also why I have the free shipping baked into it. And I want to take a little side note because someone brought up a question elsewhere about that, because it was like, well, I pay for Prime, and stuff like that. I'm like, yes, you pay for Prime, and that has to do if I'm doing seller fulfilled shipping. Amazon doesn't share that with us. Yeah, that benefit is between you and Amazon's warehouses. It has nothing like it's completely irrelevant to sellers who aren't using fulfillment by Amazon FBA. So I'm gonna get to that. What I'm going to be doing, because honestly, I am sick to death of dealing with Amazon's increasingly abysmal customer service. Like, honestly, when I first started using Amazon Handmade in 2018, I was really impressed with like how well, I just realized my microphone is way far away from me. I realized how like their support was great. Now I had issues here and there. See also I couldn't convince them that an opium fragrance oil was in a perfume didn't mean my perfume had heroin in it. Thanks for outsourcing all of our customer service to non English speaking countries, because sometimes there's just nuance that's lost when you only know how to work from scripts. And if I can't convince you, I'm like, look, you even sell this fragrance oil on Amazon. But no, I could not convince them it was not an opioid in the perfume. So now we don't list our ingredients. Because yeah, it's stuff like that. Or when I don't have any handy because I don't sell them anymore. But when I first started out, I was making these like aromatherapy inhalers. So what they were, and Amazon sells the inhaler tube. So it's like a metal tube with an inside glass tube that you put a cotton wick in. You put some essential oils on the cotton wick, and there's a little cap inside the tube, and you use it to smell. Like they're really ideal for when you're, if you like the aromatherapy stuff, use it for a lot of, natural remedies and things like that. They were great because you didn't have to stink up the whole office by diffusing lavender. You could just take out your thing, periodically and use it for that. Well, anything that can be inhaled is a tobacco or vaping device. Again, this was one of those situations where I was like, so here are the essential oils you sell. Here are the, the inhaler tubes. I take the essential oil. I put it in the inhaler tube. Now, it's a vaping device. We can't sell it. Anything that can be inhaled is a tobacco or vaping device. I would say put that in your pipe and smoke it, but I guess you can't. So there have been issues. But it's like I am increasingly having, like, I don't even get resolution to the issues I have. Like, I just, came off the other day because, and Jesus Christ, like talking to this associate, I'm like, I sometimes, I'm like, yeah. I sometimes like, I would prefer to speak to someone in the United States office. You know what? I discovered that's not any better. Because number one, the person, on the West Coast is trying to convince me because of daylight savings time, there's a 2-hour time difference between Washington State and Pennsylvania. No, it's always 3. The only exception where it does change is in Arizona, excluding Navajo Nation land. Arizona does not adhere to the time change. So sometimes Arizona's 2 hours behind. Sometimes it's 3 hours behind. Girl, you better know what's, that math. Because we lost an hour doesn't mean there's now a 2. We also lost an hour over here. But anywho, it's that. And the issue that happened was I had 3 orders that came in like, after hours, let's say like 10 p.m. on Tuesday. Wednesday was the day before Thanksgiving. Now I have, and as she said, well, she's like, well, you have 2-day shipping and handling time. I'm like, yes, that would mean that they would have had to go out on Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is a federal holiday and the post offices are closed. I sent them out on Friday, assuming this. She kept insisting to me because they came in Tuesday, they needed to go out Wednesday because that was the 2-day turnaround time. I'm like, y'all, my math ain't great. I will admit that, but seriously, I can at least figure out what 2 days, ahead is. If it's Tuesday, 2 days from then is Thursday. Thursday was also a federal holiday. So, it was just very much, she's like, well, you could have, set it on vacation. But I'm like, the orders already came in. It wouldn't have made a difference. I'm like, because I woke up on Wednesday, I wasn't feeling well, so I just go like, hey, I only have a few orders. I'm just going to send them out on Friday because tomorrow's a holiday. But anyway, so I got dinged of for the late shipments, and threatened of my account being suspended because my late shipments were above the threshold by like, I think the threshold is 4%, and I think it will hit 8% or something like that. But I digress. So I'm constantly having these frustrating issues that never get resolved. Now, this also came off a 3-day long issue. It's still unresolved. I've been trying to get this issue resolved for over a year now. So because of the longevity in which I've been selling on Amazon Handmade, they've made a lot of changes to the back end. One of those changes was adding a brand field. Well, what that did at the time that they added it was it changed it all. It filled it in with generic. So, but not on everything. Half my like the products that were entered into the system before May 2022 show as brand generic, which looks kind of stupid. The rest show as Belladonna's Botanicals. And now I've already twice done the brand registry on Amazon Handmade and been approved. I can't change on any of those old listings. There is no way for me to change the brand to Belladonna's Botanicals. And I'm sorry I'm going off on a side tangent. I just want you to know what I have to deal with. And sometimes this takes up a lot of my time. And, I must have talked to 10 different people over, 3 days to get nowhere. Two of the customer service people and every single one tells you something different. So 2 of them I talked to I sent them examples. They were able to, on the back end, change those ones from generic to Belladonna's Botanicals. Great. That seems like a solution. They keep closing the cases and whatnot. I have to keep reopening them. And then I get shifted to another person who doesn't know anything, who doesn't read, because basic reading skills is not something that when you learn a script, it's like if I said 5 things in one case, they would respond to 1. I'm like, okay, yes, but did you read this and this as well? No, you didn't. You've given me a solution I told you already didn't work. Oh, wait, now you're telling me that you can't change the brand name on something. You're giving me a lecture on, oh, well, if you change the brand name on it, it's going to change your thing. I'm like, well, third-party sellers. I'm like, no, I am not a third-party seller. This is my business, my brand, my products, number one. And, I'm still, I don't know. Like, it's like, is my only option here to delete those and recreate them? I don't know. I'm hoping to hear back from, I emailed last I spoke, the account rep, for my Amazon stuff. I haven't heard back yet. I will try to ping them again, but to see if they have any insights to this, because Amazon is frustrating with the way that they do Amazon and Amazon Handmade. There's no discernible difference between the two, but yet there's a lot of the way it is structurally and organizationally, there's a big difference. I used to love Amazon Handmade when I first started out, but dear God. So the other thing, we're talking about pricing and free shipping. I kind of diverged there a little bit. And this is going into the next part of it is, what you pay for your Prime membership has nothing to do with me. That Amazon doesn't give us a cut of that. They do the free shipping because they've got the warehouses, they can absorb the cost. I'm just me. So I have to pay for shipping for things. So I baked in, the free shipping costs, flat fee, because on Amazon, the products 95% of the time are single item products, so it works better that way. But now here's the thing: if I have to tack on, say, I'm gonna talk a little bit about pricing, how I have to deal with pricing sometimes, because it is different for platforms. So I have to work in probably about a 15% commission fee, and all the fees associated with, I sold something on Amazon, here's their cut of it, versus. And then also the extra for shipping costs. So I have that kind of tacked on to the pricing. Now, what happens, I'm going to have to analyze looking at what products sell the best on Amazon. If I've only sold one or two of it in the past 5 years, I'm no longer offering it on Amazon. You want to see our full catalog, come to our website. I'm sorry, that's going to be the best we can do there. So Amazon, what I'm working on doing, and this is going to be in 2024, is shifting the most popular products that sell through Amazon to fulfillment by Amazon. So what does that mean? That means that I am going to have to kind of treat it in the same way I do, like, it'd be more of a consignment wholesale order. Whereas I would say take, whatever bath salts. So all my bath salts, I will make a special batch, send them 20 or 30 units, and then replenish them as, they sell out. Then they pay me as they sell. So, but the thing with that is, because Amazon is dealing with the warehouse, dealing with all of that stuff, is that it also takes a higher percentage on top of what they already take out. And, already having the free shipping costs baked in will offset. It's not going to be a drastic increase, but I am going to have to increase the cost of my products on Amazon to account for that, because it's like I can't sell things for cheaper, because there'll be a point where I'm like, I'm just giving it away. I'm giving Amazon money and giving it away, and I'm getting nothing in return. I would love to sell things more affordably, but it's not the world we live in. I try to keep my pricing fair and stuff like that, but I do have to raise it from time to time. Some of that is just been because of the supply chain issues, the inflation, because the cost of all of my supplies have gone up in the past 5 years. So the TLDR here is, when it comes to our offerings for next year, Amazon is going to be changing. I haven't decided with Etsy either, because I'm equally as frustrated with them for different reasons. eBay's kind of, a non-issue. I don't really sell a whole lot through eBay. So I was using eBay more when I was having issues with my old website and I couldn't sell the flying ointments. But, people find you on eBay, whatever. It's a door. Fair, I love. They're awesome. Working with Shopify has been great, and the third-party payment processors. I'm sorry we can't do Shop Pay because of the nature of what I sell. Payment processing companies are very conservative, so it's a matter of like, I don't want to be getting accounts suspended, have to delist or things delisted because somewhere, deep in the policies, we can't sell anything with Datura in it, that sort of thing. And especially with occult services and stuff like that. Like I got my QuickBooks. Not that I even used it, but my QuickBooks payments was suspended because I offer like oracle readings on my website. A lot of payment processors won't do, if you do any kind of divination or ritually services. And some of that is state by state too. There are a lot of laws that, and a lot of payment processors, because people, will be like, I didn't like that reading, I'm going to do a chargeback. But anyways, so those are the, so far what I know already coming up for 2024. I have a lot of new products in the works. I just released 4 new body washes this past month. So I have one for Dragon's Blood now, love drawing, protection, self-love, self-care. I am working on building out my collections that I have different products for. So say like the Florida water. So I have the Florida water soap, bubble bath, body wash, the bath salt, a crystal healing oil. I'm also working on adding some bath and body oils into the mix. So I'm building out these ones where there are things that are kind of missing. So in the Florida water spectrum, we'll have a Florida water bath and body oil, because that's the only thing I have missing from there. Some of the other ones, like the Dragon's Blood, I only had the soap and bath salts before. So making body wash, probably a bubble bath and other things forthcoming. So I'm doing that with those lines. I'm also working, I just designed it last week, a new line of products for manifestation. So hopefully I'll be able to get to work on that soon. I am working on a new perfume line. I do have 2 of them already designed. They're just kind of hanging out right now. So doing that, and yeah, probably have other things designed too that maybe some so I put a lot of the flying ointments and into I'm discontinuing some because I have way too many variations, and that's just like a lot to maintain. So I'm trying to simplify some areas a little better so I can have better offerings. Not that, any of them are half-assed or anything. I just want to offer some new things because it's been probably 2 years since I've released anything new in the flying ointment realm. And I'm also considering probably discontinuing the smoke blends, only because they don't sell that well, because it's really hard to sell them, because every place I can only sell those on my website, because every place has, regardless of whether it has tobacco in it or is a vaping product, if it can be smoked or inhaled, it's a tobacco or vaping product or a synthetic cannabinoid or drug paraphernalia. So I can't sell them on Etsy. I can't sell them on Faire. I can't sell them on Amazon. I might have them on eBay, but they're just not really selling all that well. So I think that those might go the way. So if you really like our smoking blends, I would say once we do that, stock up. I am I do go through things every so often, like, and be like, I've had this on the market for however long now. It's sold okay, or it hasn't really sold that well. To kind of I would rather make room for new things that are going to sell well, versus something that I've had for 4 years, that, I sell a little bit here and there. So, I am one person. I have at current probably about 350 products on my website. I make all this stuff. I design all this stuff. I mean, with the exception of the things that I have that come in from Black Magic Barbie, her products, and Lamia Nightstorm's Magical Dirt. So I'm going to be adding some new products from her, which reminds me, she sent me a message and I have to look at that. So I think we're going to be offering, what she's sending me. You know what? I can tell you if I look at the message. I know we are working on coffin nails. I'm not sure if those are going to be ready yet. Let's see. Gonna be more dirt. Some of them are just. She's amazing at collecting dirt. So some of these are very small runs. Like, I'm already out of the 5-way Crossroads dirt. So she's probably gonna send me some more of that. It's just sometimes they're hard to collect a lot of. So I might only be able to have like 3 or 4 packets at a time. But and she's working on some spirit necklaces, like talismans. I think she's going to be doing some Gree bag, or like Mojo bags, Gree bags at some point as well. So that's coming up. So we have a lot of new services. I am still working on, I'm working on my service offerings. And I have some listed, and I need to rework some of this a little bit, just because I do like doing readings and things like that. It's just sometimes for me, being in the right mindset and having the time to do it is a little tricky. So I need to find some better ways to do that for myself. But I have the astral services from Vanessa Diamond. I have all the services that Lamia Nightstorm offers. I'll probably put links to those below. So we do have more offerings. We will be adding more offerings. So I think that's it for the December 2023 updates. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Sign up for our e-newsletter. You'll get all the latest news, links to our videos. because it's really hit or miss as to whether you'll actually see them or not on YouTube. Follow us on social media. I always push out links to our videos there. And yeah, I will see you again soon. Bye.